Centralia Panthers Coach's Corner, a service of First Heritage Bank, Blue Valley Technologies, and Wanklin Oil.
We know the scenario. Your Wi-Fi is being shared between two televisions streaming Netflix, smart devices scattered throughout your home, multiple smartphones, and you have a Zoom meeting you're trying to connect to. Take the frustration out of your Wi-Fi with Blue Valley Technologies' worry-free Wi-Fi service. Our advanced router with a 24/7 support team can help your home network run smoothly. For more information, call 877-876-1228.
Everyone has something that they do best. Banks are no exception. Ours is investing back into the local communities that we serve. We make loans to local families and businesses. These loans generate the dollars which empower our local community. Invest in our community by banking with us. We're an equal housing lender. First Heritage Bank in Centralia, Corning, Seneca, and Vermilion. Member FDIC. Online at 1hbank.com.
Wanklin Oil is proud to serve the community with propane, gas, and diesel fuel right to your home or farm. Family owned and operated, they'll deliver your fuel with an old-fashioned personal touch. Their dependable quality service at the lowest price available makes them a leader in the field. In addition to propane and diesel, they also offer tank repair, sales, and service. For your fuel and heating needs, Wanklin Oil is just a call away. 800-794-2019. They have the energy since 1926.
Welcome to the Centralia Panthers Coach's Corner program. Joined now with boys head basketball coach Nick Evans. Coach, you're off to a 2-3 start here on the season. Picked up those last 2 wins before the break, and this is our first time chatting with you after those. So just kind of over that first couple weeks, how do you think the boys have grown, developed, or I guess your thoughts on them?
I thought that last week before Christmas break was big for us. We wanted to go 2-0. I mean, I know we had some tough games before that, but there was a lot of things that we can take from those 3 games that I think will benefit us. Like, one of the things was we got pressed, and we were pressed in every single game by some 3 good teams in our first 3 games, and it wasn't always the same press. It was something different, and so I think that'll help us down the road. And we handled it for the most part, and you could see it getting better as the games went on. But I just feel good about some things that we can take away from some losses.
And I think another thing we talked about there after that Valley Heights game was your ability to rebound the basketball. And I know I had talked about that going into this season for you guys. How do you feel your athleticism will hopefully benefit you as you get into this kind of TVL run here before the tournament?
Well, I think we're just physically gifted. We're so long. Like, our point guard is 6'2". We don't start anyone under 6'1", so and then getting Duke back, obviously, I got, our 2 bigs down low are special. But I just think, like the Valley Heights game, we out rebounded them 45-23, and that's not just our bigs. Like, our point guard's getting in there and getting rebounds. Our 2 guard is tough. I mean, he's our starting quarterback in football, so he's a tough kid. So they're just tough kids. They're competitors, and I know, like Roger Holthouse always said about them in football, they might not be the most athletic, gifted kids, but man, they work their tails off, and they're just physically gifted.
Like you said, it was early in the season, but 1 through 5, I think your team has athleticism to match up with about anyone. And I know you're not really looking at the schedule yet, probably kind of getting back in a rhythm of it, but your first game out is going to be against Clifton Clyde, a team that you split the regular season TVL, I guess, title, if you want to call it that, with them last year. So as you kind of prepare for the Eagles coming up Friday, what do they have back or something different you're kind of needing to look out for?
Oh, that Scottney kid, he's been good for, this will be his 3rd year that he's going to be an all-TVL player, first team. And he's an all-state kid, and he can make every shot. He's athletic, he's big. But the pieces around him, like, I know they lost a lot, but so I know those guys, they can play. They got athletes, and they play hard, and they play good defense, and they got shooters on that team. And so when you have to give a lot of attention to him, Scottney kid, then it opens up for some other kids, and they're capable of doing some things.
It's a fun time of year when you get to start talking about some common opponents. From my standpoint, anyway, I'm sure from a coach is trying to plan for TVL, it's like pulling out hairs. And last one here for you, Nick, but just kind of keeping it light. What do you guys work on this week in practice to kind of get back in the rhythm after Christmas break?
Shooting. Yeah, I've said you can play the greatest defense in the world against some of these kids anymore, and they hit shots. You have to be able to somewhat go shot for shot with some of these teams, and you've seen it. Kids anymore, man, they can shoot the lights out. They get into a rhythm, and it's tough. So you got to be able to, you got to go toe to toe shooting wise, and I feel confident about how we play defense and how we rebound and stuff like that. So we just continue shoot.
Hopefully you're able to run off some of those extra calories that the boys had over Christmas break, and maybe yourself too as well. Talking with Nick Evans, head coach of the Centralia boys basketball team. As always, I appreciate it, Coach. We'll look forward to seeing you Monday versus Marysville.
All right, thank you.
Centralia Panthers Coach's Corner, a service of First Heritage Bank, Blue Valley Technologies, and Wanklin Oil.